Now we're going to have a quick look at Navisworks. Navisworks allows you to bring models and data together from different sources. In this instance, we're bringing together the structural file, a services file, and an architectural file into one single integrated model for clash detection and program simulation. We can view the model externally, or we can go inside, and there are some very simple navigation tools that allow you to walk around the model, to review the model, and to communicate the model to the rest of the design team. Many of the issues in the model can be spotted in this way without the need for sophisticated clash detection, but Navisworks has sophisticated clash detection tools. Going into the clash detective, I can define a new clash test. You can clash everything in the model against everything else, but you'll end up with hundreds of clashes and it's not very manageable. We find it's better to break the clash test down into more manageable chunks, usually by discipline. In this case, I'm going to clash the structural model against the mechanical services part of the services model. Once I've selected the elements I want to clash, I click Run Test. It tells me it's found 73 clashes and takes me to an image of the first clash. I can flick down through each of the clashes in turn to review what the issue is in the model. I can also decide what to do with that clash and assign the clash to a particular person or particular discipline. In this case, it could be either structural or mechanical consultants who need to resolve this issue in the model. I can assign the clash, I can add a little bit of extra annotation just to explain what I need to have done, and I can even use some markup tools in here to add some extra highlighting or some extra notation to the clash to actually explain to the person who has to make the correction in the model what exactly I want to happen in order to get this issue resolved. The clashes each have a status. Because this is the first time I've run the clash, all of the clashes at the moment are new clashes. I can go through here and I can change the status of a clash. For example, if we had a small pipe which was going to a stud partition and I wasn't going to make a Buildersworks OPE. But generally what happens is you reload in the model, you rerun the test, and the status of the clashes will get updated as you move through the project. When I rerun this test, you'll see I now have lots of active clashes, but not so many resolved. Ultimately, as you go to the project, you'd want to see all of those clashes being resolved. You can export the clash results to a report, in this instance a HTML file, and you get a little snapshot of the clash, a list of the model that the clashes were found in, and comments which state who the clash has been assigned to and how those clashes have been managed. Navisworks also allows you to link in a project file, a Microsoft project file, a Primavera file, a CSV file, an ASTA file, or you can create the program in Navisworks itself. You don't need an external file source. You group the elements in the model into sets. So for example, structural columns, structural beams, and then you link those elements to the tasks in the program. Once you've done that, you can simulate the construction sequence by playing the program. This is not any clever animation going on here. This is simply the elements in the model being placed in accordance to the dates that are set out in the construction program. Very clear for people to see if the roof is going on, for example, before the structural columns and the structural walls. So I would suggest that for every program there should be a copy of Navisworks. Not everyone needs to have this because it's a very good tool for coordination and for project simulation.